Hi everyone. I'd like to talk about how I present my presentation in an international conference when I was an international student in Poland. I know how difficult it is to present your work and have the opportunity to get into research. This is particularly even more difficult if you're an international student. On top of that, for those who can't speak the local language, that is even another step to overcome. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I did it. First thing first, you need to look for any research club in your university, and it definitely has a way to look for it. All university has their own student club. Also in Poland, we have two major programs. One is international students, which is mainly composed of students from all over the world. So students may come from the United States, the UK, Canada, Switzerland, Taiwan, Japan, etc. And another program is for the locals. Polish students will be categorized in this program, and the Polish program is always the one that has the most resources, no matter which university you enroll into. Then it comes with the problem, how international students can solve the problem and look for opportunity to present their work and learn how to do research. When you don't have the opportunity and don't have the channel to bridge the gap between theoretical parts and practical parts and learn how to do research, then you need to look into how Polish students do it. It's not only limited to Polish students and students studying in Poland. It also applies to other countries, like students studying in the United States and study in the United Kingdom. And I've heard that many students don't have the opportunity to learn how to do research and give a presentation in the United Kingdom as well. And they can also apply this knowledge into their own approach in their own country as well. So the first thing you can do is to join a research club. If you really can't find one, you can host your own research club or start your own research project. And it's always better if you have a professor with plenty of experience on research. Otherwise, it will be really difficult for you to understand the whole process. If you have a mentor who can guide you step by step, then you would have less struggle. Over time, you can also build confidence and shorten the timing the preparation process. And as for me, I found a way to look for a Polish Polish research club, and at the time, it actually took me around 5 years to look for it. So you can say that it took me almost my entire life in the university. And before that, I also had joined a club which was held by one of the international students in my university. However, the issue was the The founder of the club claimed that if they want to hold this club, they have to be approved by my university, so that presenters and members of the club can be credited by the university. I personally have no idea whether this is true or not, because this makes everything so complicated. So it's always better to find a shortcut and find a reputed and well-established organization in your university, because you don't want to spend so much time when having to juggle between different things. Especially medical students are already busy on exams and many things like studying and running among hospitals for medical rotations. Yeah, so that's how I end up joining a Polish club, and so it was actually very daunting for me to join a Polish club, because in that club I was the only international student there. All other members were Polish. So before joining the club, I had a small talk with the leader of the research club, and he was kind and generous enough to invite me and to ensure me that he would make sure that I understand, and he would try his best to explain everything in English, because I have requested him to translate for me. But of course, it's impossible for him to give me a live translation, because it would take him a lot of time and energy to help me translate. In addition, he also had to learn about all the techniques during various processes in the club, so he wouldn't be able to split himself into two people. So all I did was to only ask him questions and ask for summarize after each time of meeting in the club. And as a beginner, you don't have any experience on conducting the research. You just have to be open-minded and don't be afraid of making mistakes. What I find this club interesting is everyone seemed quite motivated, and I was quite lucky to have this ambitious leader and welcome him to be with his member. So I had a quite nice experience working with him, even though when I was sitting in the meeting room, I couldn't really wrap my head around what they were talking about, because everything they were discussed were in Polish. But somehow I could get what they were talking, whether they were talking about some surgical technique, about how to treat a patient with some kind of trauma. So it's actually quite take me a while to understand and jump and step out of my comfort zone. The next thing that I want to say is you need to be proactive. When you don't have any knowledge, you do really do have to stand out from the crowd. And when you show your attitude and your curiosity, people will be more willing to teach you things. For example, at the time, people in the club don't really have the guts to talk to me, because I couldn't speak Polish at all. So whenever I entered a meeting room, some of them would smile at me, simply do that, or sometimes they would just look at me for just a few minutes, and that's it. So you don't really have to be worried that you are the only foreigner. Also, I'm obviously a foreigner since I have an Asian face. So everyone knows that I might not be able to speak Polish, and they may think, okay, that's okay. Welcome to be one of us. So, in the meeting, in each meeting, everyone will choose 1 or 2 or even 3 people to present presentations, and they would pick some topics for each meeting. Our professor was quite encouraging and telling us that it was important to present work in front of everyone, because this is also one of the practice before presenting our work in a conference. Without practice, you won't be able to flex your muscles, and if you don't practice before the real work, and when you really stand on the stage, you may feel daunting and don't know what to do, then it can give a bad impression to audience and judges. So that's why practice makes perfect. When I was a student, I frequently gave presentation from time to time, and it has also ingrained it into my almost everyday life and work. So I actually quite enjoy giving a presentation. So however, when I was in the club, I didn't really give any presentation at all. The issue was because everything was conducted in Polish, so I didn't know whether it would be better for me to present it in English or not. However, a few times, I remember maybe it was the professor told everyone that it won't be a problem if someone gave a presentation in English. However, I just didn't do that. But as I had a goal to give a presentation in an international conference, I made sure that I had learned something in each meeting. So at the end of the semester, I gave it a go and gave a presentation in an international conference in Poland, which was a leap for me, as it was my first time to take part in such a big project, and I ended up getting the second bestest award in the presentation, and I am quite grateful that I have the opportunity to do so. And I'm not only appreciate this opportunity, but also I need to thank myself that I was willing to I was willing to step out of my comfort zone and present my work in such a big event. Also, I wouldn't be able to be so successful without my leader's assistant. Without him, I think that I may just be a participant in the conference. During the process of collecting all research materials and presenting my work in the conference, I ask for his advice from time to time. And whenever I had some problem with my research or presentations, I often went to him and asked for his advice and suggestion. With his experience, I really appreciate his open-mindedness and willingness to share everything with me. So I do really grateful for his work and dedication to assist me. And yeah, even now I still think of him in mind at times. Also, not just for me, he also encouraged all members in the club to give a presentation and conference, no matter it is a local conference or an international conference. All you need to do is to present your work in front of a big audience, so that you can showcase your dedication and show off yourself. Finally, since I have so much appreciation for myself and people around me during the time when I was in the research club, I want to show you my award after the international conference, and this is something I'm quite proud of. I have my name here. Here I had the opportunity to present my work in front of everyone, and the next one is the leader of the club who helped me throughout the process. So, see, I have this opportunity and experience, and I really hope everyone around the world also have the chance and the willingness and resilience to join or present their work in an international or local conference. And as long as you have the willingness and able, you will definitely able to present your work and take part of any research project without having to pay any fee at all. They always have a way to reach your goal, as long as you have the ambition to do. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below and ask as many questions as possible, and I will try my best to answer your questions. I really hope that this video helps you a lot. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.